great war comes as we know it must. And the government says it's time for every citizen to go and fight to the death.
Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a Tactics Talk replay of the week with Nonamanadus, who has sent me in a pretty good Udes 03 replay. This gets right down to the wire. It's pretty epic. Let's see what happens. He's loaded into Paris, which is not the most amazing TD map, although there is some work to be done up in the north. Of course, he's running the Udes, which is a very static kind of fighter, which actually is sort of goofy. It has good agility and speed, but it has to go into siege mode. So while it is a primarily static fighter, it can move from static position to static position quite quickly. So he's going to go right up here to a pretty standard spot and get right up in the front. And he's going to go into siege mode. So let's talk about this real quickly. Actually, I'll let him get a shot off on this guy here. Sees him coming up. Looks like the Scorpion is hell-bent on crossing. So he sees that, times it, whacks him, and starts to move back. And it looks like he actually missed right there. Now, when he positioned in here, he came up, he went right up over the top, forward a bit, and into those bushes there. Now, he's not going to get 15 meters, I don't believe, from those bushes. So he is going to lose camo when he fires. But you can see that he's got quite a ways to travel backwards. And had he actually set up just as he came up over that, his backward momentum would start bringing him off the hill much faster. And you'll see that the backwards movement on the Udes is very slow, and he ends up eating some shots. So had he been about right there, and because the elevation on that gun is so crazy with the hydraulic system, he could have actually been hanging off the back edge of this just a little bit here and still had the shots. And he may not have been spotted, but at the very least he'd have come off the back of that much quicker than he did. So he's going to eat some damage right there. Now, when you have a close game, it's the little things like that that are going to matter at the end. I mean, if it's a raffle stomp, you take a couple hits, who cares? The other thing he ends up doing here quite a bit is he will move around in siege mode. And in fact, based on this hill, if he got out of siege mode, moved up and went back into siege mode, it probably would have been faster than this slow crawl. The 01 is nowhere near where you can get him. He's on the other side of those buildings, but he figures that out pretty quick. And this is probably a better position right here. He can get off the back edge a lot better, and he may have realized it at that point. Oh, well, the RD decides to lob one in on him and let him have it. Now, if he thought he was spotted, then that's fine, but really there's probably no reason to move. The guy just got lucky. What you need to be careful here is you're sticking your rear end out around the edge of that, and if you had a good scout back there, he would see you. So that was a bit dangerous. Now we're going to come up along the edge here, kind of using that Great Depression. You can see he's just hanging off the back edge, which is something this tank does very well. Gets his binoculars moving, and he kills off the Su-100. That got him lit, and he's backing up, backing up. Now look what he's doing. If you look at the angle he's got right here, he's very much in danger of exposing himself to somebody who's in that bush back there. He just shifts a little bit, and indeed he took a shot from that area, and he's looking at the 01, and I don't even know if he noticed that. The other dangerous thing is moving so slowly in siege mode like that with artillery around will entice them to fire at you because you were lit, and if you're not moving very fast, if they're still waiting for reload, they may lob one in on you. So again, go to travel mode, move around, maybe go over to the left side of that hill instead of staying working on the right side. Be unpredictable. Show you what he's doing with his camera, and we're going to crawl back up and over again. I think you could have done that a lot faster. The IKV was probably shootable, but as it is, we're going to nuke that dude. We don't get spotted, which is nice. We got a S-51 on the run. Not bad. Let's just zoom in on that guy. Goodbye, artillery. Very nice. The Hawk is getting some lights. He's working on it. We're not seeing anything else right now, and it looks like your team is taking a bit of a lead. Things are looking good, except in the south, things are not looking good. What you've got left is all camping back behind you. Hellcat's raging forward. Their artillery is gone, so that's very nice. And we're going to go into travel mode and move forward. Remember that IKV is still trolling around the edge in that bush. But that's fine. WZ goes down. Oh, look out, Nonamanadus. Oof. One thing about the Udes and the Sturv counterparts is because they are fast, they will often do things like that. They do get themselves in some funny situations driving-wise. We're going to come around here. This is not a bad spot here. This little tiny rise on these steps. With this flat tank, you're really exposing not much of the tank. Goes right into siege mode. Zooms right in on this guy and lets him have it. Oh, hey, look, another guy to shoot. Uh-oh. Don't shoot me. No, no. That was a good escape, man. Well done. I might have been tempted to sit there, but that would have hurt, and maybe if he'd have pinned you on the top, would have ended you with the HE. So off you go. I will say, though, man, I might have stayed there and crawled back up those stairs and maybe helped that Hellcat. There was probably still a possibility to put another shot into that 01. I'm not saying that's 100%, but it was possible. And now you've got guys going to your cap. So you got a lot of problems, 100 problems, but one of them isn't what's going on their cap. So I really feel like you're kind of taking yourself out of the fight a little bit here just to troll around behind him. But I will say it is coming from a more unpredictable spot. And hey, guess what, Guido? You're not so smart. I just killed that guy. Okay, this is interesting to me. You're going to go into travel mode and run away. So you fired on that guy. You knew the IS was there looking at you. You were going to take that hit almost no matter what you did. I probably would have stayed in siege mode, spun towards him, and taken that shot. I would have also taken the hit, then go into travel mode and run away. But as it is, off you go. He gets a hit, you don't get a shot. And the reason I say that is you would have at least got a shot into him, and the trade would have been for damage instead of just you get away and take damage. So let's get out of here. We're going to move on this way. And now for my money, Nonamanadus, you're looking for a bush. You need to get into a bush somewhere that makes sense. And this one actually seems like a good idea, so let's do it there. And I would have taken the same opportunity to hang out on the back edge of it as I talked about. The good news is these guys have terrible vision. Most of these heavies do, and it's not a problem for the moment. Things are not looking bad, actually. Ooh, well, now things are looking bad. You on a one-shot, a Hellcat against 3 heavies in pretty good shape. Ooh, right in there. Now, I would say one other thing that I would be doing here, and it doesn't matter too much because you're going to pen, but good golly, I'd be going to gold right here. This is where you need the shots to go in. See how you were moving back right there, worried you might get spotted? If you were hanging off the back edge, that would have been much more comfortable. This guy has no vision or view range at all, so he ends up dying. Very good. IS-3, what about you, buddy? You want some too? Oh, geez, spotted. IS is looking at you. I am surprised you get away here without getting hit. The IS-3 had to have been trying to take a shot. I don't see one go by, so he must not have shot at you. And now we're just trying to work the edges of this battle and stay alive. This is an interesting decision for me. You're going to actually come up over top right here. The IS is hanging out in those steps, but he didn't show up, so he's not too aggressive. Here comes the IS-3. All right, cool. See what we can do with him. Bap. And wow, okay, so there's 2 of you and 1 of them. Nail biter. I'm on the edge of my seat. Edge of my seat. Don't you wish you had the hit points that you gave away from that first shot? Wouldn't that be fantastic if you had those hit points? Man, this I do not agree with. I would have never stopped right there and went into siege. It was time to boog-a-loo. I would have just, after I killed that IS-3 and then you realize that guy was there, I'd have headed off this away. You know, this little point right here has 2 bushes on both edges. Those are good. You could have gone along down that little ravine. You could have even got up into this other bush area right here. But holy cow, that was dangerous. Good news is he ran off. He ran off. I think you would have lost that big time right there. Because it was also a shot down onto the top of your tank. Yep, that would have been really bad. So there goes the Hellcat. He's found a bush. Good on him. Yeah, again, I would not have been pushing into this. I think it turns out okay initially because he's not actually sitting there waiting for you. He buggers off, so that was lucky. And you could have just come right around that corner and died. He might have just been sitting there. Oh, there he is. Okay, good job, Hellcat. You took a shot on him. All right. Oh, boy. So, unknown what he was doing. Now, you're going to come around here. And you're not really playing to the strength. So, finding a book. Whoa! This IS is not very good. What is he doing? Oh, geez. Oh, geez. No. No. Oh, goodness. Great. Oh, no. So, he got lucky there. I mean, you did a pretty good job hanging out in bushes around the edges of the battle and doing all that. And all of a sudden now you're living dangerously. Cut right. Oh, good golly. All right, nicely done. You're still in it. We're still in it. How's it gonna end, folks? What do you think? Nonamanadus, 1 shot. We got an IS. He's at least 2 shot, I would say. Okay, that's all right. So we're finding bushes. We're not. Ooh, no, knock down trees. That sort of lets people know. Okay, so we're gonna grab this bush here, and we're. Oh no. Oh no, we're not on the edge, are we? Okay, there we go. We're back. No. Oh, go further back. Further. Fire! 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 Oh no! 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 Oh, good golly! And we're gonna get into travel mode, and we're gonna get into. Oh, dude. And now we're a fireball. Bummer. That was close. So what is he at? Is that 1%? Oh my goodness gracious. So a little bit better roll. Might have taken him down. You did 462, which was a decent roll. Pretty high roll, actually, so didn't end up getting super lucky on that. But again, I think your positioning in a couple spots, if you'd have been sitting on the back edge, you might have survived a couple of those hits without taking the hit or taking the damage, and that would have been the absolute difference in this game. You had this one had you been able to take one more hit. One more hit. So, dude, nice job overall. It's like 4,000 damage. We got 6 kills out of this bad boy, or is that an 8? What am I looking at? Looks like a 6. Very close to pulling it off. I think just some kind of small things around the edge that had you done them just a little better, you'd have ended up winning this for sure. But nice job. Everybody else, I hope you learned something as you watch this video. And if you liked what you saw, make sure you subscribe. We will see ya.